about this. It's David Redfearn, the magician. Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. Now, we have met. You came to one of our social nights and wowed everybody there, even myself. I've done a little bit of magic in the past myself, but that was a long time ago.
You were watching me carefully.
And I couldn't work it out, so don't worry. It was good. So tell me a little bit about yourself, because not only are you a magician, you've done magic to quite a few famous people as well, haven't you, over the years?
Well, I'm a magician, nearly 30 years. I performed for, lots of famous people, but that's not what I'm after, really. I'm after being a good magician, really. Perform to everyone.
And how did you get into it?
I met a magician in London just before I was going into the London Fire Brigade, and I took up magic, and that's it. Studied it and fell in love with it, and didn't realise at the time I could do it for a living, but things changed in life.
And just went for it. And that's the great thing about magic. I think when I got into doing magic years ago, I started off with a Paul Daniels magic set for Christmas, and did all the cups and balls and all those kind of things. Yeah. And but it's
he just sold. Just to say, he just sold in auction. I looked at some of the items. His whole props.
Has he?
Yeah, they just went up for sale. And funnily enough,
I won't be able to afford them.
No. I mean, they're massive money. But one thing that was interesting, he sold his wig.
Really?
It was for sale.
My goodness,
now, obviously, I wouldn't need that. And
well, I'm getting there, David. I'm getting there.
It wouldn't be your colour.
But he was, an ambassador to magic as well. I mean, Saturday night TV, it really got onto you. And there's not enough magic on TV today, really, is it? Would you say?
I'd love to. Well, I wouldn't want to go along the route of Britain's Got Talent, but I would love to have a little show where I'm bringing magicians on.
Yeah.
Because I believe the public, they should be sort of introduced to the greatest magicians in the world from my viewpoint. Yeah. Not just picked by Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
So I'd love to bring great magicians on, unknown magicians, so if there's any producers watching.
Absolutely. Well, there's so many magicians out there, and sometimes magicians that you don't realise how much they do magic. I've met a lot of friends that went, I do magic on the side, and go, wow, it's great. So tell me about the kind of the business that you do. Any events, weddings, private dues?
It's best to tell you what I don't do.
What don't you do?
I've never performed, and I never will perform at a children's party. Right. I wouldn't be able to do it. I admire children's entertainment.
Yeah.
I hired them to do my own children's parties, and I've never done a cruise. I've been offered cruises and never, for some reason, never taken them. But so I don't do kids' parties, and I don't do a cruise. The rest of it I do. Corporate, business, trade shows, weddings, everything,
It's funny you should say that, because I started off doing kids' parties, and I know exactly where you're coming from. At one point, I was the same age as the kids and the audience, and it was like, they were a hard audience.
Kids have got no filter, have they?
They haven't, no.
It's in your hand, it's going to be a nightmare. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
And it's not, and that's the frustration.
No.
So cruises, everything, what's been some of the highlights then of your career so far?
What's the highlight? Well, I've done Sting's party 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Prince Harry's party.
Oh, my goodness.
Samuel L. Jackson, David Beckham. I've done, it's all online, all on my website, but I don't want to come across as a man who's only interested in celebrity. I do work for those, and that can help my business, obviously, and that's a great honour and a pat on the back. But really, I'm a magician for all people. I perform for a lord and lady having dinner at one end of the table, and I'm there. I've performed for 1,000 people on stage in London, so I'm a magician of the people, really. But it doesn't hurt me to perform for celebrities. I
mean, you've got a lot of years of experience. Does it still, if you do perform for a celebrity, is it a little bit more nerve-wracking?
Sometimes, because you're looking at their reaction, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
You want them to like you. Everyone wants someone to like them. So you're doing magic, you want, and you're thinking, where can this take you?
Yeah.
Because if they've got massive social media, and that's the world we live in now, That's a bit of a sort of, funny outlook. But really, we have to live in that world.
Are people more sceptical now with magic?
I think they are, because magic is saturated on YouTube. People are now using CGI to perform magic tricks. Yeah. So there's nothing really that can't be done. I get videos, people say, look at this guy, he walked up a wall, through a wall. Some of it is camera trickery, but so the magician on the street is having a hard time.
Yeah.
And they succeed, but they're having a hard time keeping up with this, and so it should, because it pushes the industry.
And I think that's what's so different about having somebody like yourself at your event. You're standing right in front of them.
That's it, yeah.
It's in your hands, and well, it's unexplainable sometimes.
I love that. That's what I like. I like the closeness of the audience.
Is it close-up magic that you specialise in?
No, I do love close-up magic. I believe it's a beautiful art form, but I perform on stage as well. So it's a different mindset, but I do enjoy it. To win 1,000 people over, 400 people over, a big audience, to win them over, it is massive.
Yeah.
But it's still wonderful to perform close-up.
Oh,
Close-up is the real art.
I'll take my hat off for you. Look, have you got a trick that you can show us today?
Well, it's funny you say that.
I've got to ask that.
Because I know that you love magic.
I absolutely adore it.
Now, we've spoken, when I came to that party, you said, can you teach a trick? Well, this was voted as the simplest trick. Anyone can do this trick. There's not much skill in it, so I'm going to do the trick for you.
Okay.
Now, don't look at this camera here, Di.
Yeah, that's the one there.
Okay.
Yep.
So what you do is, I need you to take a card.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so if you could...
That's it. If you bring the cards up a little bit, that's it. So
is that fine?
A bit further. I can bring
like
it.
That.
I can bring it.
Okay,
just bring it
that's
down
fine.
A little bit for you. There we go.
So you're going to take a card.
Right. Let's grab a card.
Rightio. You can take anything you want. It's irrelevant. Okay, and look at the card for me.
Yes.
You got it in your mind? Definitely got it.
I've got it.
Now, this is what happens with this trick. Let me have that card. Lovely. Now, I push this card into the deck here like this. Now, I could spend, I can cut the cards, by the way, as well.
Yep.
Here. And I could just spend an hour. Let me just, I could spend an hour going through these cards to find your card.
Yep.
Okay? But I don't need to. See that little sort of propeller there?
Yeah.
If I press that button, a message appears.
Right.
And it says...
in my pocket.
Well, this is incredible. You must agree, even under this scrutiny, I have not gone to that pocket.
No.
Do you agree?
I totally agree.
Okay. No, good. I know. I can see the mommy. Look.
We've even got a camera right over there as well.
Here we go. It says on the table.
What?
Now, you must agree, I've not gone near that card on the table.
No.
Do you agree on this?
Yeah.
Do you agree on this?
Totally,
so look,
100%.
Look, if you turn this card, it says in my hand. Yeah?
Right.
And you must agree I haven't moved.
No, you haven't.
Now tell me for the first time, what was your card?
The 3 of diamonds.
Oh, good. That's good.
Oh, amazing.
Self-working
amazing.
Yeah, it's difficult with the cameras, but we got there.
We got there. That was incredible. And I was watching every move, and I've got no idea.
I was having to juggle, but anyway.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that's the kind of magic that you will do.
I love sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand,
when you're trapped in a situation difficult. But I love sleight of hand. I love mind magic, I love all magic, really.
Yeah.
I love all magic. I love it.
Who's your favourite magician of all time?
My favourite magician of all time is Tommy Wonder.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, have you heard of him?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, he's a master magician. He's a Dutch magician. I spent time with him in Holland. I did a couple of shows there. His thinking, he takes magic beyond,
And, a true magician as well are that people that have, come up with their own sort of work and people have moved forward with that.
He's written in history as one of the greats,
Yeah.
I study his books and everything. I love him.
Do you know, I love the fact that, magic is still alive.
Yes.
And it's something that, it doesn't matter how old you are, and it doesn't matter how sceptical you are, if you watch a bit of magic and you're wowed.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And everyone wants to know how it's done, and we never give away the secrets.
No, we don't. I've got to ask you a question. Do you still perform magic?
I've done a little bit. I've got a few tricks at home, a few things up my sleeve, but not
really?
today. So don't put me on the spot.
You're not going to do
I'll
magic.
completely ruin this interview.
No, you
I'll
won't,
leave it on a high with yourself, David.
No.
No, it's fantastic. Look, if somebody wants to find out more about you, what's your website address?
Right, www.davidredfearn.com, and the Redfearn is REDFEARN.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
And we could talk for ages, and we'll get you back in to do some more magic as well soon. That'd be brilliant.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
David.
Thank you very much.
Now, very pleased to welcome my guest onto the show. I'm excited